What if intelligence was not what we think it is? For centuries, humans have defined smart by our own narrow standards, logic, language, and technology. But beyond our cities, across forests, oceans, and skies, other minds are at work. Minds that do not speak our language, yet solve problems that would baffle a human genius. The real question is not which animal is the smartest, but how many different forms of intelligence exist on Earth. Are we truly the most advanced beings on this planet? Or just the loudest? This is Wonder Doc Studio, where we dive deep into the mysteries of the mind to uncover the genius hiding in plain sight. In the dense forests of Central Africa, intelligence begins to look hauntingly familiar. Chimpanzees share nearly 98.8% of our DNA, but their genius isn't just a biological mirror. It is a high-speed machine that operates on a frequency we can no longer reach. At Kyoto University, a young chimp named Ayumu proved that in the race of raw cognition, humans have already been overtaken. Numbers 1 through 9 flash on a screen for just 60 milliseconds, literally faster than a human eye can blink. For a human, it is a blur. For Ayumu, it is a map. He recalls the sequence with near-perfect accuracy, processing data at a speed that makes the human brain look like an outdated computer. This leads to a chilling realization. This raises a deeper question. Has human evolution prioritized language and reasoning at the cost of raw memory speed? We chose stories. They kept the speed. But their brilliance isn't just digital, it's medicinal. In the wild, chimpanzees have been observed using a primitive pharmacy, selecting over 20 different species of plants not for food, but to treat specific parasites and infections. This isn't blind instinct, it is a transgenerational knowledge base. They observe, they learn, and they prescribe. If a chimp can outthink us in milliseconds and out-heal us with the forest, are they lesser beings, or have they simply mastered a different dimension of reality? How much of the world are we missing because our brains are too slow to see what they see? Move from the forest to the city, and you'll find a genius hiding in plain sight. A crow's brain is no bigger than a human thumb, yet its neuron density is staggering. They pack as many neurons into their forebrain as some monkeys. In New Caledonia, crows don't just find tools, they manufacture them. They will bend a straight wire into a hook to solve an 8-step puzzle they have never seen before. This is sequential reasoning, the ability to imagine a future that doesn't exist yet. They can recognize a human face for over 5 years. If you are a threat, they remember. If you are a friend, they remember, and they tell their tribe. Is a bird that can hold a social grudge for half a decade just an animal? Or is it a strategic observer of the human race? In the weightless world of the ocean, intelligence is made of sound. Dolphins possess a limbic system, the part of the brain that processes emotion, that is significantly more complex than ours. They don't just feel, they feel collectively. Every dolphin has a signature whistle, a sonic fingerprint, that functions exactly like a human name. When a dolphin calls out, it is addressing a specific individual in the dark. They use echoic reality to X-ray their world, detecting a heartbeat from meters away. They have been known to form business alliances with humans to herd fish, passing this knowledge down for generations. If they have a language we cannot translate and an empathy we cannot match, who has the higher social IQ? Is a civilization without buildings still a civilization? If we want to find a truly alien mind, we don't need to look at the stars. The octopus is a parallel evolution of genius, existing 500 million years apart from us. It has 500 million neurons, but 2/3 of them are in its arms. Every limb has its own mini brain that can taste, touch, and decide without asking the head. It is a decentralized network, a living computer with no single point of failure. They can change their color, texture, and shape in less than 1 second. They solve mazes, unscrew jars from the inside, and even turn off laboratory lights by spraying water at them. But they live for only 3 to 5 years. If an octopus lived for 80 years like a human, would they be the ones running the laboratories? How much can a mind learn when it has to start from zero every 3 years? Finally, we find the mind that never forgets. An elephant's brain is the largest of any land animal, with 3 times as many neurons as a human. Their hippocampus, the seat of memory, is incredibly developed. A matriarch can lead her herd to a water hole she hasn't visited in 40 years. They don't use maps, they are the map. But their genius has a soul. They are one of the few species to recognize themselves in a mirror, understanding the concept of self. When they find the bones of a fallen relative, they touch them with a reverence that scientists describe as grief. If an animal can mourn its dead and remember a friend for half a century, is there any human emotion they do not feel? Are we the only ones with a soul, or are we just the only ones who talk about it? So, who is the smartest animal on Earth? The answer is, the question is wrong. If you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing it is stupid. Intelligence is not a trophy to be won. It is a survival strategy. The chimp is the processor. The crow is the hacker. The dolphin is the society. The octopus is the network. The elephant is the memory. We are not at the top of a pyramid. We are part of a web. Our real intelligence test isn't how many machines we can build. It's whether we are smart enough to recognize that we are not alone. The lights of consciousness are on all across this planet. Are we finally ready to start listening?